This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. Today is a beautiful hump day, and we are working on our sketches. And this sketch is really nice. I made two Christmas cards from these, one playful and one Noel card. But anyway, this is the sketch that we are using today, and this comes to us from Sketch Saturday. And on one of the cards I have added the rhinestones, dots, embellishments, and on one I haven't. So I'm going to show you our first card that we are going to make today. Ta-da! And this is a beautiful little polar bear from the Very Cute stamp set, and it also has a Very Cute punch too that goes with it, and it will punch this out. Whenever you're using our punches, you want to make sure that the bottom part will open and the top part will fit right in. Give it a little squeeze to make sure it's exactly where you want it, and then squeeze with both hands. Please make sure, this is like Jaws. Please make sure that you are really careful about this, because this Jaws thing can totally give you a lot of blood blisters. Now, some may be asking, what is going on with your hands today? Why all that purple? I have a cat that likes to just scratch boxes like crazy. So anyway, he was scratching a box. I had a purple fountain pen in my hand, and I just turned around and threw it and asked him to quit. Mind you, I just kind of try to get his attention off the box. I do not hurt my cat. I love my kitty. So anyway, that's part of our, we're bird walking right now. This is exactly the, all the information or all the things that I used for today's card. I also have some of the Berry Christmas. And with this Berry Christmas, oh, there's lots of great DSP. This is the one that I just found this, cut it out just a little bit, and it's what I punched. You can also be punching out some of the bears that don't have any of the sweaters on, but I wanted a sweater. The other thing that I used for the top of the, it's for the first layer of the card, is this beautiful sky from the Berry Christmas. So I'm going to show you a technique today, and I hope that you enjoy what we are doing. So this is the navy and gold, I think it's glittered ribbon. And then I have a piece of real red, and in the real red I have used the stripes embossing folder. So I had to use my my small or mini emboss, Stampin' Emboss and Cut machine. And then I just used a little bit of the Balmy blue at the bottom, just to make it look like there was a little bit of an iceberg. So we're going to get started with this card. So, and this time I decided to have you guys go to my blog. My blog has just been redone, and I am just really excited to share my blog with you. And I am going to have you go there to get all the dimensions that you need. And I can obviously tell I have forgotten a piece of Whisper White for my bear. So I'm going to walk over here real quick and grab one. And I'm going to punch it out with 2 3/8 punch. So that's going to be one other thing we're going to add to what we are doing today. So happy. All right, so we are taking our Balmy Blue. We've already folded it in half. I used this Christmas is Better Together. I'm a real big family person. I think I like family, whether it's one that you have chosen or your biological family, but I really think that together is the best. I also used the bears at the bottom, and I don't know, let me see if I can get, no, let me go this way. Can you see the bears? So I put the bears on here together and then used used Memento to stamp or to just stamp them at the bottom. So this goes on the inside. So I'm going to bring out my silicone pad and adhere it to the inside of our Balmy Blue. And when I am stamping, I am always, whenever I'm using any type of photo palmer stamps, I always make sure that I have the piercing pad available because it has a little bit of give at the bottom and it will give with the photo palmer stamps. So I am going to get out my Stampin' Seal and just run 3 lines down. And that will go on the inside of our card. So we already have part of this done. And the next thing we're going to do is this wonderful technique that I learned. Now you can see I've already punched out my bear. I've punched out my circle. I've already have my bow tied and ready to go. I have this beautiful paper and I love this a lot. And we are going to use some Wink of Stella, and I need to make sure that I get everything out of the way. And then we are going to add gold embossing powder. And then we're going to heat set it. So what I'm going to do right now is just flick this on the paper. And then I'm going to get out my gold emboss, and it's embossing powder. And I'm just going to lay it on here. I don't know, you can see some of the little gold. So then I'm going to go ahead and add some more on here. And quickly add gold embossing folder, or gold embossing powder. Now this will give you all the little gold dots that I have in my on my card. So this is going to be a little bit noisy, and I'm going to use this twice today, my gun. And I may go back again. And I had my embossing buddy, but oops, I forgot to do that. And as I just go through here, the Wink of Stella picks up, it's kind of wet, and so it will pick up some of the gold. And then there will be some gold dots along with some white dots. And it looks beautiful. All right, we're going to do this one more time. And we are just going to, this is going to be our last time that we will do this. And what we don't get covered in gold, it also just adds a sparkle and a shine to the Stella. And I just really like this technique because it's just easy, and you end up not adding a lot of the gold dust or gold powder to it, but you add nice little subtle shades. And as soon as it starts to get hot, the powder will go to shine. Hard part is just being patient as this sets up, and that you may have to do it 2 or 3 times. And I usually use the embossing buddy before I do this, but today I did not. All right, let me see. Can you see the white that's in this? And now what I'm going to do is bring in some of the gold. And all that has been done just with the Stella. So it's nice, fun, easy way to decorate your cards. And it is just one of those things that, you know, I don't know if you like subtle, but I love subtle. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Now, what I'm going to try to do on this next part is making sure that I get corner to corner. I didn't do it on the other card, and I don't like the way that it looks. So we are just going to put some, oh, I want the glue, sorry. Because we did emboss it, I want to make sure that we keep the embossing. Sometimes when you go over it with tape, the embossing gets really, it kind of flattens out. So I want to make sure that we don't flatten it out. Now, one of the reasons that I use this subtle, because I really liked the way the sweater looked, so I thought about having just a little bit of texture matching the sweater. So from here, I am going to take my scissors and just cut off the hanging pieces of cardstock. So there you go. Then I'm going to take my bear and I am going to just adhere it on my piece of basic white. Okay. I love these bears. I love polar bears. They're just so sweet. All right. So there's my little baby bear. So cute. Love it. So now I'm just going to take my flare part and kind of come out just a little bit and make it look like he's walking. He, she, I'll call it my mama, is just has a shadow because they are on an iceberg. That's so sweet. So bringing in my foam adhesive sheets, I'm going to grab a big one. I cut a couple of big ones today, so I could use those. And you know, when I adhere, I really like using the Stampin' seal on the silicone pad because I really feel that it gives the running of the tape just a better seal. I find that a lot of times when I am doing this just on regular surfaces, it does not catch as well and it kind of skips. So I wanted to add just a little bit of the backing, and it's one of my go-to things that I use quite a bit. Oh, isn't this sweet? I love this. I love polar bears. I won't get into it with you about how I feel about global learning, but I love polar bears, always have. They seem like their mamas really care about their babies, and I love that. And just one more time down at the bottom. Yay! And adhere this onto the top, and then we will get our glue dots. Oh, I am sorry, I think I lost my glue dots. I did. So I am using an, oh, here they are. So from here, because this is a big bow, I am going to add 2 dots, one at the bottom. I'm sorry, I'm not showing this to you. One, it should be more at the bottom, and then one more at the top. All right. And from here, all we are going to do is put this off the circle, but onto the background. And do you see how beautiful that is? And I just thought if I have a couple of little stars up here, it's going to get a little bit to what I would call gaudy. And I wanted just to keep it nice and fresh. So this is our card number 1. Love it! Love it! So that's my very cute card. So the next card that we have is my Noel. And the Noel comes from the Joy of Noel. And the Noel is on the side, and we are just going to punch that out. And then it has these beautiful dies on the inside. So you can use this die, and the die will independently separate the words Noel. I use this bow because on the inside, because I just thought it was just really beautiful, and it just kind of fit exactly what I was doing. So we're going to do one more fun thing today. This is what our card looks like. And you can see that I use the gilded leafing on the Noel part. All right, these are Stars in the Sky, and it's a hybrid embossing folder. I added the dots over here because I thought that they could be a little bit like the stars. And then we have our gold foil. So that's what we are doing. So as I bring everything out, on the inside we do have our Merry Christmas. So I did stamp this in Versamark and then add gold embossing powder over top of it. This is my bow that I am just going to put on the inside. And then we have our gold foil. So I am just going to take this, grab my liquid glue, just kind of add it. If you wanted to add this with a little bit of ribbon or some type of a dot or rhinestone or embellishment, you could go ahead and do that too. And I think it would just look really nice. I just decided that I wanted this to be plain, and then it would give me just a little bit of room on the inside that I could write something to someone and just say, Merry Christmas. Hope that things are going well. Hope you're doing well. I look forward to seeing you in the new year. But anyway, that's where we are right now. All right, so from here, then I am bringing out my punch. I want to make sure that I did use that size punch. And then I am also bringing out my Noel, my embossing buddy. I cannot find the pan to my embossing buddy either. My Versamark. And I think that that is it. This is what the Stars at Night looks like. It's just really beautiful. With the big stars, all the small little stars, the cluster of stars. It's just really beautiful. All right. So I got to get everything that I need. So this is our heat and stick. So we will use that today instead of embossing powder. And then we are also going to use our gold leafing. Now the gold leafing is going to get all over everything. As soon as I open up the container, it is like all over. Just know that that's just what happens. That's one of the reasons that I wish I had my little plate that I could kind of pour everything back into. But we're going to start with our Versamark. And we are just going to ink this up. Then we're going to heat and stick this, and we just want to make sure that when we do so, we want to heat and stick from powder to shininess, and that's it. You don't want to go any more than that. All right, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see much as I do so, because then I need to bring it into my gold leaf right away to stick it down. So let me get this all out of the way. Ah, of course I forgot to do that again. Doggone it. Okay, so from here I need my foil. Foil just kind of gives it a balance of heat, kind of bounces off the heat and then can heat the paper from below too. Now, I don't know if you can kind of see how powdery it looks right now. So I'll try to have you take a look at it while, before I stick it in the gold leafing. But it's just, it turns shiny. That's how you're going to know. And this now is shiny. Can't see it very well, but we're going to go ahead, open this up slowly, and I'm just going to stick this right down in here. I love playing with this. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take our brush and we're just going to wipe it away. And the leafing will only stick. I didn't say get away from you and be all over the place here, but it will only stick on the card where the heat and stick powder was. And all I'm doing is gently rubbing back and forth just to get the leaf to lay down. There's some spots on the Noel part, on the E part of the Noel, that I want to make sure it gets stuck down. It's not sticking very well at the bottom. And let me see, I have one other brush. Here's another brush that I made. It sounds like I'm scraping it more than I am. There we go. I'm going to kind of play a little bit of a doctor right now, just to see if I can get... I may have to redo it again. I think I do. All right, so I need to do it one more time because I don't really like the way this looks. The E came out terrible. But you at least got an idea to know what it looks like when it turns from powder to shiny. All right, so we're going to try this again. And I did remember this time to use my embossing buddy. We'll get back out the Versamark. I don't know if you guys can see all the gold leafing that is just flying all over. And it's called Gilded, but I just call it gold because it is gold in color. All right, so here we go again. And you just kind of hold it down, give it a little time to seep into the paper. We'll get out our heat and stick. And I need to go pretty quick on this. I thought I had something, a little brush to take away the and I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost like it's magic to see it turn from powder to sticky. Whoa! All right, here we go again. I know, doesn't that look like a mess? You look at this and go, oh my God, Kevon, this looks horrible. What are you doing? And all I'm doing is trying to stick it down on the part that is already sticky. Isn't it just like magic? And I'm trying to get all there's little pieces that stick up in the air, and I'm trying to get those to lay flat or to just kind of crinkle into small little pieces of leaf that can fall right back into the container. Doesn't that look so much better? That's exactly what you want it to look like. It's so pretty. All right, close that very carefully. All right, this is great. So, nothing needs to happen now. The only thing that I am going to do is just take my finger, give it a little bit of a rub. Some people like to heat set it again. I just don't do that. I like being able to just kind of press it down and let it be, let it seal on its own. So now I'm just taking my punch, and as you can see, I'm just pressing it nice and easy so it doesn't fall out, but it lets me check where we are. Do I need to come up a little bit higher to get everything in? Does that look nice? So this is my picture of what I'm going to punch. So now I'm bringing back in my gold, and I am just going to layer this here, and I think I'm going to use the liquid glue. Well, I like this liquid glue. Very fun to use. And now I want to make sure that everything is off the side. And again, I'm just going to take a little bit of time just to press it down. Cut the pieces that are left over, and this is going to take just a little more time to adhere itself down. Then I am going to bring in my foam sheets again, my foam adhesive sheets. And just get ready to place these down and on the back so we can go ahead and have a raised Noel. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Love this. Then I am bringing in the Festive, and I hope I can find them. Oh yes, here they are. The Festive pearls, and I am just going to use the gold. Yeah, I thought I was going to have to do that. And bringing in my take a pick tool, and just taking all the gold and adding just one up here. I had one here, but it looks like it is not available. And I'm going to do 3 up here. Just in the corner. This is so beautiful. And let's just put one back here. And again, you're looking for triangles, flat, you know, normal, you know, weird shaped, but you just want something like that. So again, your eye catches that and it moves. So from here, we're going to bring in our little liquid glue. And we're going to add this on top. And I think I used sheets to bring it up, to lift it up, but oops, didn't do that this time. So this is our card. I just think this is absolutely beautiful. It was an easy layout, and it just makes it look so expensive and like you spent a lot of time working on this card. And yet, golly, for both cards, it's taken us 35 minutes. So these are the cards again. I hope you can see them in here. And they're just, each one is, let's do these. The bears. So you got a good look at the bears. And these are all different once you do it. And then we have our Noel. And again, this is all different too. Leafing all over the place. Oh my God. So, guys, we are done with our Hump Day Sketches. And I thank you so much for spending the day with me. And you'll need to go to my blog, which is ktstamps.com, to get all the measurements. And I just had my blog done. It looks beautiful, and I want to share that with you. So thank you so much for being with me today. Again, my name is Kevon. ktstamps.com is my website. And my motto is creating cards for you. Please feel free that you can case my cards. I give shout outs to everybody who has helped me put these cards together. All the demos that Stampin' Up! Have. They are truly incredible women and men. And all of them add something. And again, you just know that you're always casing cards because you just have these absolutely beautiful cards that come out, and somebody may give you an idea and you just run with it. So I thank you again for spending this time for me. Remember that on every other Thursday we have Throw the Dice, so please feel free to do so. Please make these cards. Put them underneath the comment section. Leave me comments. I love comments. I love you. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for stopping by.